and that'll be not only be behalf of me, it'll be behalf of y'all. All right. So for whatever shirts y'all buy, I'm gonna match it by covering all of the um the expenses in terms of shipping. So whatever y'all pay for shipping, like whatever profit margins there would ever be, which I think is small, or whatever I would have gotten from the shirts, I'm donating it all, right? So like I'm even using the manufacturer cost, not only the profits. So that's the thing. I think that's a good thing for us to do as a community. I think we've been building and we're like a huge community at this point. So I'm very proud of you guys, and hopefully this can be positive things somehow, right? All right. I'm gonna get into 6ix9ine things in a few seconds. Okay. I'm gonna get into some of the 6ix9ine stuff in a few seconds. Somebody says, "Ak, you said the 6ix9ine video is fake." That video is not fake. That video is not fake. I don't know the story around it, and perhaps maybe we should get into it now. You want me to get into it now before my internet start acting all wacky and shit? Let me try to get into it now. Some other videos kind of came out, kind of gave me a little bit more knowledge of what's going on. And by the way, thank you for whoever who just went on the website right now, purchased.
Call Dago.
Every time we get a purchase, I'm hitting the drop. You already know. Let me. I did put out a video today on my YouTube channel. I still got to update you guys on the news. By the way, if you ever wonder what the relationship with me and 6ix9ine is, and I'm gonna have an open conversation with y'all, right? Let me do that before I pull up this other video. This has been 6ix9ine's disposition for a long time. He said, "Ak, you know, if anything ever happened to me, somebody even hurt a hair on my head, if I ever, if he ever died, which is something that you don't even want to think about, or if he ever got beat up, like allegedly, or not even allegedly, he did yesterday," he said, "Listen, everybody in rap is going to have a field day. They're going to have fun. No one's going to say, oh, let's not laugh about this. Oh, that wasn't fair." Like, he's talked about the possibility of him being jumped before. He said, nobody's going to say, damn, yo, he ain't get a head up. It was a jumping. Everybody's going to say, that's what you get. He's always said to me, and by the way, this is not copying a plea, but I'm giving you open and honest discourse because I've been on the phone with him many a times telling him, bro, like 6ix9ine had like King Von's dead body in his phone saved like 1,400 times. Like, literally, I kid you not. And I remember like getting into these arguments with him saying, King Von's dead, brother. Like, yo, you gotta let this go. You can't keep making fun of somebody who died. Like at certain moments where everybody's hurting, and I was a fan of King Von, wasn't really a friend, but I was a fan. Like, that affects me too. It's kind of tasteless when you do that. And he would always say to me, he said, Ak, I hate when you do this, because if something ever happened to me, there won't be one person who says, nah, let's chill. He says, I'm going to have my fun. So, by the way, I say that to say, everybody who's having the fun at 6ix9ine's expense, you are warranted. Like, having personal conversations with him, he expected this to be the thing, right? Now, obviously, I look at it a little bit different because you don't want to see your friend be made fun of, or you don't want to see your friend hurt. But he always expected this. He expected if he got hurt, if he got killed, for people to make memes, joke about it. And that's why he felt very warranted that when other people got either shot or killed, that he could do the same. Now, to me, hate begets hate. And also, like, it's kind of like revenge killing in a sense. Well, not in a sense, but because that's like extreme. But the behavior has to stop at a certain point. So, for example, obviously, I'm not exactly relishing in him getting beat up. But I'm going to be honest. When he eventually does come back, and then he's over here making fun of another rapper who dies, by the way.
Call Dago.
I can't really say anything. I don't have a leg to stand on. I've seen every rapper basically was like, yo, this is hilarious. So, again, we just have to accept what it is. You know what I mean? And I think perhaps, I'm not saying I have a different tone or a different understanding of it, but I remember talking to him a couple months ago, and I was like, why do you like poking fun at or reminding people that some of the people they looked up to, whether it's Nipsey and other people, got killed and died. You like bringing up the moments of them dying, and he was just like, "Yo, that's what they would do to me." And I ain't gonna lie, he right. So it comes into a zero. It's like a zero sum type of thing where I don't agree with it all, but I kind of see where he's coming from a little bit, because you know what I mean. By the way, everybody who's making fun of 6ix9ine, I think is well warranted, right? But if 6ix9ine come back around and somebody dies and you make fun of him, y'all gotta keep the same energy, right? Like, I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine kind of talked himself into this. However, everybody's laughing at him, right? So you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things where everybody's doing whatever. Anyway, if you're wondering what I personally think about this whole thing, I think it's a wake-up call. I said on my video, I'm glad that he didn't get killed, right? You know what I mean? These things could really escalate to a different level, right? Yo, getting beat up is one thing. Yo, he's gotten beat up and kidnapped already. I think he's going to be completely fine, right? By the way, I haven't talked to him yet. Real talk. I have not talked to him yet. And me not talking to him, I have reached out a bunch of times. Other people who are usually within the inner circle, they've even reached out to me like, have you heard from him? I don't know exactly what's going on with him. I don't think there's perhaps like, you know, health wise, like he's not okay. I think health wise he is going to be okay. I think what's probably happening at this moment, truth be told, you know, the narrative that, you know, he's a government employee is just not true. 6ix9ine is on probation. 6ix9ine is on parole. And anytime he gets into contact with law enforcement, that's a possible parole violation. So obviously in this situation, he clearly would be a victim. But I do believe that there's probably certain protocols and procedures they got to go through, because the cops are called. They're probably looking into this. Was it a fight? Was it just a beatdown? Was 6ix9ine the aggressor at first? All these things could, like, for example, this is what I always think when people say, yo, he's the cops. I'm like, if 6ix9ine is caught on camera punching someone first, he's going back to jail. Like, I don't know what type of, like, you think diplomatic immunity like a snitch get, but that's not true. He's a parolee, which means if he gets in police contact where he's accused of a crime, he's automatically put on a hold, right? It's automatic. If you know anything about federal parolees, he's not treated any way different because he snitched. He turned out what do you call it again? Witness protection. Now, I'm gonna be fair with y'all. Do I really know how it? All right, say he's not. That's not the situation with him. Okay, cool. Let's say he's just a victim. I don't know how that works, right? So, could they force him to cooperate again? I don't know. They probably could. I don't know. So I'm here a little bit confused about the process. But one thing I do know, if he is possibly accused of a crime, that would trigger an automatic hold, which means he would have to be in custody until some hearings or whatever happen. That's why if you've noticed, he's trying to, like, you know, even though he talks a shit, but he ain't trying to do nothing criminal. If anything, he wants to be on some shit like his self-defense. So, yeah, I haven't heard from him. I don't think it's a health issue. The only thing I could think about is maybe a legal issue. His lawyer is speaking, right? And the way his lawyer said some stuff, I'll go to TMZ. His lawyer basically seeming, let me see, okay. We're going to play this video in a little bit. Give me 1 second, chat. We're going to play this video in a little bit. But we got to go to the original video where his lawyer was it was interesting comments by his lawyer. It says, 6ix9ine's attorney tells TMZ he was inside the sauna at LA Fitness when all of a sudden he was attacked by several guys without warning. They say 6ix9ine tried to fight the guys off, but there were too many of them, which really looked like it was 3 of them, right? Before they beat him to a bloody pulp before fleeing. They note that 6ix9ine did not have security with him at the time. Gym staff, blah, blah, blah. Police and EMS were called to the scene, and he was transported to the hospital by ambulance. Now, granted, that just looks like he's a victim. So everything I'm saying about, which I'm telling you this is true, whether you want to believe it or not, if 6ix9ine does a crime, I'm telling you this now, this is just a fact. You can go look at the stipulations of his parole. If he does a crime, he will get automatically held for possibly parole violation. That's just what it is. So, you know, like, I don't want to even get too much into it, but there's been situations that has put him at jeopardy for where police have been involved. And he had to really get away from those situations. I'll give y'all this, like the whole thing with like even his ex girlfriend. Once police started getting involved, think about it. A man with a woman, when the police comes, the man guilty. If 6ix9ine get locked up for, even though allegedly according to everything, 6ix9ine was being abused or he was getting hit by his girl, if it was ever seen the other way, he automatically goes back to federal prison. So, that's kind of one of the things that separated them, because your freedom is at stake. You're a federal parolee. No matter what you think, privilege you think you got. I know it sounds good online to say you got a badge in the pocket, but if you do a crime, you're going back to jail, or you get put on a hold. Again, I don't think that's the case, because like those dudes that beat him up, I don't think they would say that 6ix9ine did anything. So I can't even see 6ix9ine be like, looked at as being anybody who may have done a crime. They probably just look at him as an honest victim. But even then, this is why I might get interested. I'm brainstorming right here because I haven't talked to him yet. I'm brainstorming. I seen his lawyer say this. His lawyer says the next step is that he plans to call the feds to make sure 6ix9ine gets the protection he clearly needs. He was granted early release from federal prison after cooperating to land several gang member cohorts behind bars. Now, from what I remember, 6ix9ine had to sign a paper to turn down protective custody, which means or not or whatever that custody is, where they like change your parents and do all that type of shit. Like he had to basically say, no, I'm good. Like just let me out. If I get out and the people who I told on for y'all hurt me, it's not y'all problem. I don't know if he could later go back and be like, oh, now I need the feds. You know what I mean? Like you signed the paper saying we're clear of all accountability if you get hurt. Why the fuck, you know what I mean? And you cited that you were rich, you're a celebrity, you could pay for your own security. Why the fuck, you know what I mean? But I do believe Lance Lazaro is probably putting this out because it plays good towards maybe a parole board or whatever the case is. Again, I keep reminding y'all he's on parole. So I don't know. I haven't heard from him. Do I think he's being held other than some medical hold or whatever? I don't know. I have no idea. But I can tell you I have not heard from him. At this point, he's MIA. He's in the winds. Do I think he's like comatose in a hospital? No. I believe that they probably treated him, but I believe that law enforcement probably either picked him up or probably probing him or questioning him like, yo, nigga, what the fuck happened? Right? And yeah, that's what I really think happened. You know what I mean? Somebody said he posted a video, did he? Somebody said Axe sounds so sad. I don't think he posted a video. If he did, maybe he did. I don't know. I called him, but no, this is an old video. It's an old video, and there's no story. He does have a backup page, which is this, and there's no video here. So yeah, there's no video currently that kind of shows what's going on, right? So yeah, nobody's heard from him. I spoke to some people who would be in the know, who would be around him. Some people who have been previously, I'm not too sure if currently, day to day with him. And they reached out to me. They were like, yo, I don't know what's been going on with him. You know what I mean? They're like, everybody keeps telling me they're in shock that he was in a LA Fitness. You know, I've posted a video on my page where it shows him being in the LA Fitness. Some girl, which this is the new thing. I guess all women go to the gym to pull out their phones. She's with her man. She shows herself and her man off, and then they zoom in on 6ix9ine, who's like hard at work over here, like with like a puffer jacket. Like, is this the elliptical? Is that what they call this, or the step thingy? I don't know. I don't go to the gym. The fuck. But he's hard at work. He's locked in. He's locked in. He's locked in for real, right? I did put out that maybe a possible reason of why he was jumped. Maybe a possible reason of why he was jumped was because, let me see if I can find it.